It's not clickbait. Not that I think that we're worthy of clickbait or able to do clickbait, but it's true. Caravanning for us is over. If you're in the market for buying a caravan, then why not buy this one? It's a great family caravan, 6 berth, 2022, perfect for families. So the question is, why are we selling and what are we going to do next? Well, it's something very exciting and very scary at the same time. And I know what you're going to guess. I know you're going to say, we're getting a motorhome. Well, I can tell you straight away, that isn't the case. No motorhome for us. Not never, but just not now. So what is it we're doing? First of all, let's have a look at the caravan and then we'll tell you all about our plan. So before I get into the detail of what we're going to do, it's probably better that I do this with Karen. It's going to be very exciting. Well, certainly it's going to be very exciting for us, but there's a slight possibility it might be exciting for you. So let's go and get Karen and share the news with you. We've had 3 caravans, and let's go back a little step. Who was the person that wanted to go caravanning in the first place? That was you. That was your idea.
Could have been me that planted the idea in your
head.
I
really wasn't keen at all. In fact, I didn't really like caravans, even though I did a lot of caravanning in static caravans when I was a kid. So
maybe that's what it was, because as a child, I never went in a caravan. In fact, I don't think I'd ever been in a caravan until we bought our first one. And if I'm honest, my favourite bit about caravanning is going buying the caravans and looking for the new ones.
It is good. It is good to go shopping. So we've had 3 caravans. The first one we got was the
Coachman?
No, was the Swift. Was it a Swift Superstorm?
I thought it was a Crusader Superstorm.
Crusader Superstorm, that was it. Crusader Superstorm. And it was so versatile. It was a twin axle, 6 berth, had a L-shaped lounge at one end.
Yeah.
And then a dinette thing at the other, which could convert into a dining table, a double bed, or 2 sets of bunks.
Yeah.
As well. So it was really versatile.
To be fair, we should have kept that caravan.
That was really good. And in the middle was the kitchen and then the bathroom and shower on one side.
Yeah.
So from a perspective of having young kids, it was great because we only had the 2 then. We could set them up in their, in fact, we made it into a double bed and we put the 2 cot beds.
Travel cots on the
Travel cots on top of the bunk bed, on top of the made up double bed.
Yeah, not the bunk beds.
No, that would have been dangerous. And then during the day they could play at that area. And then we had the L-shaped lounge which converted to a double bed as well.
I got bored of changing the lounge area into a bed and making it up every day and then having to break it all down.
One of the downside was we had to make up the bed, the lounge bed, every day and then put it back to a lounge again because that was the only area you could sit down in. Got a bit bored of that, so decided we'd go shopping for a new caravan to change. So we went shopping for a fixed bed because we thought that's what we needed.
I'm struggling to remember the second
The next
caravan.
one was the Bailey.
Unicorn
Barcelona. Bailey Unicorn Barcelona. It was our first introduction into Aldi wet heating system. It was so hot. We set it to the same temperature as the previous caravan and it was way too hot and the pipes were right under the bed where I was sleeping, so I was even if you set it to 17 degrees I'd be waking up sweating. What's going on? Caravan's on fire.
I remember it now.
Yeah. And that was a fixed bed, two singles, yeah, or the lounge area was
so that was a 4 berth?
That was only a 4 berth,
That was a 4 berth.
But it was a newer caravan.
Yeah. It was definitely a lot newer, I remember, inside.
It felt a bit more modern. It was lighter and brighter, where the Crusader was very dark wood inside, so it felt a bit dated, even though it was a great caravan. I think at that point, work was busy. We weren't getting to use it as much as we should or could or wanted to. And I think it was the year that it came out at Christmas, New Year. We went away for New Year. And then it didn't come back out again until the next New Year. Yeah. And we knew at that point, this is pointless. You can't have this caravan sat there for a year and just use it at New Year. So it had to go. So we sold that. And then we had a little break. I can't remember how long exactly that break was. It was a couple of years. And of course, what happened in that couple of years is child number 3 turned up. So that meant that if we were going to get back into caravanning, it would be a different layout that we'd need to go for. We needed...
And going back to a bigger size caravan again.
Yeah. So after a couple of years break, we decided to get back into caravanning and went to our local dealer, which was White Arches Caravans. Had a look around at various different caravans, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link. It'll be up here somewhere. And from those caravans, we decided to go for the dealer special, which was a Swift Archway Sport Col de Col.
And the reason that we went for that one was because I became completely obsessed.
Absolutely.
With a U-shape lounge in the centre of the caravan.
Dinette, side dinette.
I liked the idea. It gave us a fixed bed, so no taking it apart. Single beds with a lounge area at the front that the older children could use, and then the dinette area could also convert into a double bed, which meant that we could put the smaller child in there without having to think about bed guards and things of rolling off.
Yeah.
All the technical bits and pieces of being a parent.
And because this was our first 8-foot wide caravan, the side dinette, or side lounge as you call it, was almost double bed size.
A few of the places that we've visited on a regular basis has been the Caravan Club's Longleat site, which tended to be our New Year.
That was our New Year trip away because they have the firework display on, and it's pretty quiet that time of year.
But we've always had a good time there, taken advantage of the fireworks, which I have to admit in the third caravan with the, what's the technical wording for the window at the front?
Front window.
It was a 2-part window, so you can see higher up.
Oh, it had the window that went up the front. Yeah, I know what you mean.
There will be a technical name.
I don't know what the technical name is.
Andrew completely forgot about that, I think.
Front roof window, top window bit.
That's what we'll call it.
That's what we'll call it.
Roof window.
Top.
Perfect. It's perfect if you're wanting to watch fireworks through.
Exactly. As long as it's pointing in the right direction. So we've visited lots of great places that we probably wouldn't have seen if we didn't caravan.
We've had so much fun, so much diversity between the beaches and the forests.
And don't forget, we didn't mention, we put our first caravan, on a seasonal pitch for 1 year in Norfolk. And that's when the kids were really small, and that was great. We were able to get there almost every weekend, over there by the sea. It was fantastic memories, I think, that time. So what's the plan? Have you guessed? Is it a motorhome? No, not yet. Is it another caravan? Well, it could be. Maybe a caravan like this, but not just yet. Our plan is, and it's a bit of an unusual one, is to sell everything that we own and move to the other side of the world.
Whose crazy idea was that?
I think it's another one of your crazy ideas. You've got a lot to blame for this situation. We're going to get on an aeroplane and we're going to move to Australia. And in Australia, we're going to start a new life. We're going to start again from the beginning. I know what you're thinking. Are you crazy? Are you too old for this?
We are crazy.
Maybe crazy.
And we're probably in the higher age demographic than most.
We're definitely much older than your average family that would emigrate to Australia.
But you guys that like caravanning obviously like the outdoors. And hopefully we'll get to see more of the outdoors.
We are going to document our journey and the move to Australia. So if you want to watch that, we've started a YouTube channel called Luchama Live. I'll put a link, maybe even a QR code. If you move over, put a QR code you don't have to move over that far.
You can
see my finger. I don't want to put it there. That'd be ridiculous. Just put it here, look. Nice white background. What is that up there? There's a few videos there. If you've enjoyed watching us and our caravan travels, you're not overly worried about the caravan content, but just enjoying watching us talk rubbish for 10 minutes, then check it out.
Join us.
You might like it. I suppose the question is, you're all thinking, what's going to happen to this YouTube channel? Well, we're going to try and keep it going, but of course the content is going to vary. Once we get settled, once we establish our new life, of course it would be great to get back into caravanning at some point. There's other priorities like, finding somewhere to live and getting a job, or all those kind of simple things. Getting the kids in school, that kind of stuff, But apart from all that, once we've done that, we could look at getting back into caravanning again.
You can come along for the ride. You can always follow us on both channels. If some of the caravan dealers let us have a look round, we can show you what the Aussie caravans have to offer. It might be a while before we can purchase one ourselves. But who knows?
We'll have a look at what the differences are between caravanning in the UK, caravanning in Australia. I think the principle is the same. You tow it behind your car, but the type of caravans in Australia is very different. A lot more off-road caravans built for different terrain. I think they still do have just regular Bailey caravans.
Do they though?
I think so. I think Bailey is one of the manufacturers that is here in Australia, but I don't think they're big. They're certainly not one of the biggest. Not only do we have to start a new life again from the beginning, we have to start our caravan understanding knowledge.
I mean, we've watched YouTubers in Australia and we've had a look at the insides of their caravans, and there's things within the caravans in Australia from the videos that I've seen that I'm interested to find out whether they actually have them or whether they were added extras.
Is that the dishwasher and the washing machine?
Talk about spoiler alert.
So if you've watched any caravanning in Australia, you'll see that it's a different lifestyle. It's more about being outside the caravan. So a lot of them don't have a lounge area in the caravan, certainly the ones we've seen, because you're spending more time outside of the caravan.
Do you want to know what else they don't tend to have? Carpets. Because everything, depending on what part of Australia you are, is either
sand or dirt. Yeah, it's either red dirt or sand. So
red dirt and sand.
It's just variations of dirt and dust that are going to ingest its way into the caravan. But how do they keep that out? How do you keep it clean? Maybe some filtering system or just a really good vacuum cleaner.
I was going to say it's just going to be a dustpan and brush, I think.
But when you compare life caravanning in Australia, what you've seen on YouTube like we have, and the lifestyle, and then compare it to a wet weekend in the Cotswolds. I mean, the Cotswolds is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but...
Yeah, we like the Cotswolds, but
but think about the weather caravanning in the UK. It's very, very dependent on it being nice weather. It can be a bit miserable if it's wet. So join us. Why not subscribe to both channels?
I think that's a great idea.
It's free. What could possibly go wrong? Starting again, quite a lot really. So what we haven't told you in this video so far, we're actually in Australia right now. And we've been here for 3 months. We've visited our local caravan dealer near to where we're living. It's called Snowy Rivers in Frankston. They've been very kind to let us have a look in their caravans and film this content here. So very big thanks to Snowy Rivers, Frankston. There's lots of dealers, I think. I think they've got a few branches throughout the country. Let's start this off by showing you around a couple of caravans here in Australia that when we get to that position in life that we can afford to, maybe this is what we'd go for. What layout do we get? What layout options are there? I have noticed some have got some triple bunks, which is fairly rare in the UK. Not impossible to get.
Let's go and spot how many differences we can find between your caravan and the ones that we are now able to look at.
Do you think they have heating in these caravans? I tell you what they will have, air conditioning. It has to be an essential, surely. I guarantee every caravan we look at right now has got air conditioning.
This caravan offers a triple bunk. Let's go and look inside.
Right, what do we think of this one then? What you got there? Is that the bathroom?
Right, so the first thing I actually like about this caravan, an ample size bathroom, and instead of having the issues with the doors when you keep opening them in the UK and they get in the way in such a small space, this has got a sliding door. I like it. More than an ample size shower. I'm not sure what you think, but does it not feel bigger?
What are those cupboards at the back?
Oh,
storage.
Storage space. Oh, still storage.
What's that?
Found a plug.
What's that thing? No, open that door. What's that?
This?
Yeah.
Laundry chute? Oh, no, better.
Washing machine. Hey, you love your washing so much.
Hey, don't put it down that I like the washing so much. I just don't like getting back off a holiday and then having loads of washing.
And then you've got your triple bunks.
Triple bunks. They do look quite narrow.
I don't think they're that bad.
But are they long enough?
I think if you compare them to a bedroom in a house, they're narrow, but for a caravan standard.
Let's see what we've got in here. Ooh, that's a cupboard.
Electrical stuff.
That's not for me.
No.
Good size fridge.
Ooh.
Ooh, to pull out
it's a
two
drawer.
drawers. Seating area.
We don't know the terminology of what this. I mean, we would just call this the dining area.
I don't
They
know
call
why
this
you
a
would
club
want it
lounge.
that way.
If you know anything about Australian caravans, what is this area called? Is it just the dining area? Has it got a name? Is it the lounge?
So we've got a small oven and a hob. Good size gas hob. The bit that I like is you've got all that prep area.
Aircon unit. Look what you've got on the side there. You've got wireless charging.
Oh, that's what I missed out telling you. Within each of the triple bunks, they've all got their own charging points as well and their own individual lights.
And you'll have storage under that bed. I assume that bed lifts up. Nice window at the top. Watch the stars from bed.
Oh, I didn't think about that. At the moment, I'm just being blinded by the sun.
I can't really go into the technical detail of this caravan because I don't know what I'm talking about. But let's have a look, see how it compares to a UK caravan. This one's got a really simple hitch, not a stabilised hitch. Gas bottles on the front but exposed. They'd normally be in the front cubby. And you've got this hard-wearing checker plate on the front. Your service is there for water tanks, fresh water tanks. Looks like it's got two. Sight power goes in there. Windows for the bunks. Spare wheel on the back. And a reversing camera. Like I said, we're going to have to figure out all the terminology on these caravans, find out what all the services are and what they do. Even things like the steady legs are different. The principle's the same, actual legs themselves and the other structural parts are very different. It definitely appears that weight is less of an issue here in Australia on a caravan because these do not look like lightweight caravans. Awnings, of course, is a very, very different situation here in Australia. They don't have the big inflatable air awning that you put out. It's all about the canopy style awnings. I've seen a lot of YouTubers talking about this type of hitch and I've never seen one in real life before. A DO35.
Welcome to the biggest caravan here at Snowy River.
This is a 24 foot and that's the body length, the external
body length, not including the hip.
Yeah.
That takes it up to
not
about
including
26.
the A-frame. Well, this is nice. I like this colour scheme. Fancy looking table. That looks like that goes down. Does that go down and make into a bed as well?
I'm not going to do it though because
I
I don't
wouldn't
want
do
to
it.
break it.
You're likely to break it.
I also love the colour scheme. Exactly what I would have gone for. My choice. But I have found my new favourite area.
Washing machine again.
I just can't believe that they put washing machines into the caravans, but so many people live out of caravans.
Well, think about the amount of time that you spend in the caravan. Presumably, you're going to spend much longer time away than you would in the UK, and also further away from facilities. I know what it is. When you're away for a long time, you need a bigger fridge to store your beer.
Yep.
And you need a washing machine to wash your clothes. That's a big size fridge.
You could go away for quite a while with this,
You could.
I think. Let's have a look in the freezer as well. Yep.
Yeah, it's good size.
This has got
Nice.
something nice and interesting in there. Selection of drawers.
Yeah, nice good size kitchen.
There's just so much.
The styling's nice as well. Right, what have we got further down here?
Right, well, we appear to have a bathroom in the middle. So we've got a sliding door on this side.
So you can separate here with this sliding door. Basin and toilet on that side.
Yeah.
And then shower on this side.
Showers on this side. So I'm going to open.
Lights.
And this one's got
Very
individual
cosy.
fans.
Yeah. There's no space for the kids. We'd have to sell them. Yeah. Do you reckon we get $79,490 for them? I love the exterior styling of these caravans. I do like this rear lounge layout. The only problem is you'd need to have bunks, wouldn't you? I wonder if you could have, if there's such an option, to have the club lounge, 3 bunks and the fixed bed.
I think there's a name for something that you can put onto the top of your car and put the children in
Roof
there.
tent.
Roof tent.
That's what we're on. Roof tent. We'll get that other caravan and a roof tent. Kids can sleep in the roof tent. We'll sleep in the caravan. Done. It's a deal. If you want to see more differences between UK and Australian caravanning, then click the subscribe button, click the thumbs up and leave a comment below.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye for now.
Bye.